What up, though? This your boy Cousin P, and you're tuned in to
The spot where the ears meet the street.
You here with the players, the best. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you. Damn, I don't even know. I gotta get the shit where your ear eat. What is it? Where your ears meet the street. Where your ear meet the street. The spot where your ear meet the streets, man. Where your ears meet the
spot where the ears meet the streets. Today we have up with us
Blanco.
Blanco, how you doing?
How you doing?
On my grind every day cause it's a mandatory thing. I learned it from my territory when I was a teen. Ain't scared to tell the story cause for me it's routine. Other cats be on the under like they in a submarine. I'm a hard worker, a hustler who gets further, a smart earner. Just another brother, never committed murder or had to shoot shots. I made my mind up not to mess my time up. Got my life in order. I sorted it out, I'm on a wave. I'm giving back a lot and still drinking Kool-Aid. I ain't forgot we used to walk in our shoes talk. I'm from the block like my dudes who used to move rock. They was abused by the laws, got them locked up. So now I'm locked in, using my new walk, bruh. Set the example for the youngsters, show them how it's done. Let them know.
Good to meet you.
Let's get to it. Are you working on any new projects?
Well, I do have a new project that I put out here in September. My new EP I put out called Day and the Night. Just the EP I did, 6 songs and a bonus song. I actually bought one for the spot. A new little project. Just quick 6 songs, 7 songs, just talking about, taking you through a day in the life with Don Blanco.
Okay. You want to tell me more about it? Tell me more about A Day and a Night.
Okay, well, we recorded it at Amplified Studios, mixed and mastered by my guy Emo. Got some good production on there from Emo did some production. Got Money T beats on the production. Newcomers like my guy Razor and a producer I'm working real close with by the name of T-Town C's out of Tracy, California. So, a lot of good production on there. Shout out all those artists.
Okay, you from Sacramento?
I am from Sacramento, born and raised.
Okay, what area is that from?
Well, I was born and raised in the South area. Now, I'm on everything I'm saying, from Sacramento by way of Tracy, because the last few years I've been living out there in the Central Valley. So I've been working out there, living out there, but I still have a studio out here, still do my music out here, but I'm trying to move some of the music stuff out there. I hope to open a studio out in the Tracy area also. I've been making a lot of connections out there, like I mentioned, T-Town C's and Razor, a couple of producers I'm working with out there. So eventually I'd like to have, we have Amplified Studios out here in Sac. I'd like to get another one going in Tracy, and then, just keep expanding.
Okay, tell me about your sound. Describe it for me.
Well, we like to say, when I say we, I'm talking about, I represent Pay Style Music. I'm the vice president there with my guy, Emo, he's the CEO. We like to coin what we do, mature hip hop. So what we do is it's music for everyday people. You know what I mean? It's not, it's for mature minded people. We're older cats. So, what we talk about isn't necessarily about shooting and this and that or drugs or anything. It's just like everyday topics for everyday people. So we just refer to it as mature hip hop.
Mature hip hop, okay. And so it's more like do like a love thing, or you know what I mean? Like you love music, hip hop, or what?
Well,
you said older, so I'm just trying to get more of a feel.
I got you. It's just everyday topics, everyday topics for everyday struggles. So like the average person who goes through, whatever they go through, we got songs that relate to them. So if you're in love with somebody, we probably got something about that. We got songs about trying to get to the money. We got songs about enjoying life. We got songs about being proud of where you're from. All that type of stuff. It's just for mainly a mature mindset, people who are into just living life, going through life, the struggles, the ups, the downs, the this is into that. So it's not what you would see typically. You know, it's not like gangster music. It's not like dance music. It's just a lot of different stuff.
What are you hoping your fans get from it? Most over everything. What are you hoping they pull out of it?
That's a good question, because I feel like as an artist, that's something that you should think about, because I think a lot of times what happens is people just make music and they're not really thinking about anybody getting anything out of it. So for me personally, I just want people to either have like an aha moment, like, or a facts type of moment, you know, like you listen to it and you can just relate to what we're talking about, you know, like, okay, yeah, I've been through that type of situation, or yeah, I can really relate to that type of mindset, or yeah, hey, I'm inspired by that. It makes me want to get up and go out and get it also, you know, that type of thing.
What inspires you? What influences you to create your music? Where does it come from?
A good cup of coffee and a Newport mic. No, I'm just playing. I'm inspired by all kinds of stuff, you know, just life experiences, waking up every day, you know, just the things that I think about while I'm working, while I'm going through my life. I find inspiration from that. You know, you find inspiration from your kids, just life experiences, whatever you go through, whatever I go through, typically that's what I talk about in my music. So I get inspiration from different types of things.
I noticed you said you had a couple studios. So are you into managing and marketing and producing more into music, or is it about the same?
Well, we do have an independent label, Pay Style Music. So we've been doing that. We got a team of rappers and that we've been running with. Shout out to my whole team. You know, we got Emo, as I mentioned. We got Max 17. We got Illa J. We got my guy Mr. G. So it's a lot of rappers out there that are affiliated with the Pay Style Music group, and we just out here pushing, you know, trying to be creative, trying to be productive, and you know, we got the studio, but we're just trying to put our music out there, you know, be entertainment to the people, and see where it takes us.
So how do you see yourself as an individual, as an artist, apart from your group? How do you view yourself?
How do I see myself? Just a normal guy out here trying to be creative, be productive, you know what I mean? Just a musician out here trying to make music and trying to entertain people.
How long you been doing music?
I've been working on music since I was, 11, 12 years old. You know, like when I first saw that, what is that? Rap on TV, like around the MTV age, it was more of a discovery of who I was more than something that I saw on the page, I saw on TV. I'm like, hey, you know, this is me. Like, okay, yeah. Don't push me.
Who do you remember first seeing that made you feel like that? Who was one of the first entertainers that you looked at on TV and saw and said, that's me? That's what I'm
Sugar Hill Gang. For sure, you know, when the chicken takes that
the
whip,
Sugar Hill Gang.
you know?
I know Mike. I know his daughter.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Right
his daughter's
on.
one of
Shout
my
out to
friends.
them. Yeah. When I saw them, I was like, that is me. That's what I want to do right there, you know? Yeah, absolutely.
So that's when you first saw it. That's when you first was like, I'm just going. And then how long after that was it before you started putting work into your craft?
Well, probably about 15, 20 minutes. I was back in my room talking about, well, my name is Donald, but they call me Don. And I'm so fresh, I beat down James Bond. You know, just doing the most, and then writing raps for my brothers and sisters and stuff like that. But I started, you know, getting out there in the music community, doing battle raps and, you know, getting a little name for myself in high school and all that kind of stuff. But then at that point, you know, like I became an adult, had a kid. I said, I need to really stop messing around with this rap stuff and get me a job and really start trying to take care of my kids and that type of stuff. So for a while, I was just doing it quietly, you know what I mean? Being inspired by all the rappers around Sacramento and just, you know, like listening to the Brother Lynch Hugs and all that, and then quietly just rapping in my room by myself type of thing, you know, like didn't have any real aspirations of putting my music out. But then I had like family members and friends who I'd say, oh, listen to this new one I made. And they'd be like, why ain't you trying to put this stuff out, you know? So I had a birthday coming up, and I said, you know what I'm gonna do? For my birthday, I'm just gonna put together a CD. You know what I mean? And like I said, I've always been a fan of Sacramento rap. You know, I listen to everybody, and I got in touch with Emo, and I said, how much you charge for studio time? You know what I mean? I'm gonna just get in there and try to put me something down for my birthday, just to say, you know, I had me a CD. So I went in there, paid him what he was charging. He shot me a little video, and I said, okay, see, now for my birthday, I'm gonna have me a little video, I'm gonna have a little CD, I can hand them out at my little party, and you know, everybody was like, this is pretty cool. Emo was like, bruh, you try to put this out. And I was like, oh man, I'm too old to be trying to do this whole rap thing. And he was like, no, try to put this out, see what people think, because you can make some little money at this thing. So at that time, that was probably like 6 years ago now, I said, well, I'll put it out, and if people want to pay attention, as long as people listen, I'll do it. If not, I'll just be at the house in my room talking about what my name is, Donald, but they call me Don, you know? And I'll just be, you know, doing it on the under. But people paid attention, people started listening, so I've been putting out music ever since.
So you've been around for music for a while. How have you watched it change since around the time you first were inspired by Sugar Hill Gang to now?
Well, it seems like every generation there's a change. You know what I mean? With every new generation, and that's one thing I really love about hip hop is that there's always a switch. You know, like the next generation sees it through a different filter, and we can't really be surprised by that because as generations go, things change, life changes. You know, everything changes. There's new technology. There's new this and that. So I'd say with every generation, I've seen a new change. And you know, some of it I like, some of it I don't like, but I think it's cool for a genre of music that people thought was a joke. Like, oh, that's rap music, that ain't gonna last, to make it this far, you know, 50 years or something like that. You know, like, rap is here, it's here to stay. You know, hip hop is here, it's here to stay. So I love it.
That's what's up. So, I think I didn't ask you almost everything. I want to ask you about your sweater. Who, for the love of Phil?
Oh, this is our dearly departed homeboy, Philip Gonzalez. And you know, he passed away, and so we did a little song and a video to commemorate him. You know, he was a producer here in the Sacramento area. A lot of people know him, very talented producer, great guy, and he passed away. And so, you know, just a little memorial to remember him by.
That's nice. And Blanco, where do you see yourself at 5 years from now? Music-wise and like business-wise, on both ends?
Well, the funny thing about visions and goals, dreams, and stuff like that, I find that when you try to look far in the future, one thing I've noticed is that hindsight is 20/20. It's a lot more clear when you're standing there looking back. So if you would have asked me this question 5 years ago, I would have thought that I'd been in a totally different place than I am today. So now what I try to do more than, you know, visualize where I want to be so far in advance is just think about my core values and what I'm about, where I'm trying to go in life. And basically what I'm trying to do is create generational wealth for my family and use my skills as an artist, you know, who I am, what God has given me as an artist to further those goals. So whatever platform that might possibly be, I plan on using that coupled with my intelligence to get me there. So I just take it a day at a time, a year at a time, until I get there. But basically in a better position than I am today than I was yesterday. Just trying to get better every day.
So do you have any little small projects that you do outside of music?
Oh
like
yeah.
For the community or anything like that?
Well, yeah, I got a 9 to 5 like most artists out here. You know, I'm a barber, so you can catch me every day in Tracy out there cutting heads. With the Amplified thing, you know, once a year, what we do, one of our core values at Amplified Studios is to offer low price, high quality services for the community with a special attention for the youth. So one thing that we do every year is that we have like a little contest for the youth, and we put on a little contest, and whoever is the winner of the contest gets to come in and have like a little tutorial, I guess you would say, or just a little experience of what it's like to be able to put out your music. So we help them put together a song. We give them a free video, we give them some free recording time, and we help them put out a digital release so they can see their music on the internet, they can have their own video on YouTube, that type of thing. And that's one thing that we do once a year, just to kind of give back to the community. We're 3 years strong in our spot at Amplify, going on the 4th this year. So yeah, we always try to do a little something for the community with the youth involved, and just always trying to see what we can do to give back.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a stepping stone for a lot of kids who want to do music. So I imagine it's a lot of kids who participate in that, correct?
Yeah, I just think what I would like when I was a youngster doing music, if somebody would have pulled me to the side and said, okay, you could do this, you could do that, you could do that, probably be in a different position right now.
Do you give out a lot of advice to any? If you were to talk to an up and coming artist, what was the best advice you would give them, just for starting out?
That's a good question. I don't feel like I'm probably the best person to give advice to upcoming artists, because I have not arrived to where I want to be. But what I would say to any artist who believes in themselves and willing to go 1,000% for themselves is to keep pushing. Things will get hard. You might not be where you want to be, but if you believe in yourself and you're true to yourself, you're true to your craft. You're not in it just because you want to be rich. You're not in it just because you want to be famous or because you want to attract women or men, whatever the case may be. Just be true to yourself and keep pushing and believing in yourself, because only you can get to where you need to go. Only you can wake up every day and make those moves. So just believe in yourself and go stupid hard for yourself. That's what I would say.
All right. Okay, well, that concludes all my questions for you today. I thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
With us.
All right. Appreciate it. Okay, what's up, guys? I'm Don Blanco. You can find me at Don Blanco 73 on Snapchat, Instagram, Don Blanco everywhere else, Google, Facebook. I'm on Spotify. If you have the time, take a look at my new EP that I just put out, Don Blanco, A Day and a Night. Got 7 slappers on there for you, some great production, some good music that I'm sure you'll like. Appreciate you taking the time.
We'll be right back.